This is a reading for Cancer. This is a general reading, and it is a timeless reading. And I've already shuffled the cards. So, okay, we have got our first card, the Heart of the Matter. The Heart of the Matter for Cancer. And this is if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in your charts in Cancer. And the Heart of the Matter is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is talking about the resources that you have and growing your resources. You may be at a moment when you are attempting to come to harvest with some resources. This could actually be an actual harvest of some sort, but at this moment it is you're waiting to harvest the fruits of your labor. This can be a point at which it is a sign for you to keep going. Things are working. You may be in a pause waiting. This can also be a state of gratitude that you are in. Definitely, it's a time to give thanks for what you're about to harvest. And it's a sign that your life is headed in the right direction. The crossing energy, what crosses it? What crosses this? Whoa, too many cards. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, I'm going to go with the flow here. What crosses it is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is abundance. It is it can be an individual, an earth sign. The Queen of Pentacles is a calm and accomplished and steady person, a self-made person. This person with strength and abundance and wealth, and is down to earth and has a kind and nurturing heart. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who enjoys community and is always available to give and receive love. This can be a person that is around you. If so, this is a person of great support to you in crossing. So in your time of working hard, you are finding someone that can help you with that. At the base, there is the King of Wands, and this is typically Leo energy. And this can be, again, this can be a person that is around you. This can be a Leo or someone with a fire sign energy. And it can also be that your energy is embodying what the King of Wands is all about. And you notice I got this booklet. I am using the Light Seers Tarot, which I like the imagery. I like the colors. I really think that it's a pretty deck, and it really speaks to me. So that the King of Wands at the base, there is they have great ideas. They have successful ideas. They can be a creative visionary, and the passion is the fire that drives them. If you are working together with someone, this person could be like at the base, the rock of your team, or this can be your own energy. This can mean that you are working on something that is an entrepreneurial project, an endeavor of some sort. And in the recent past, you have the World. The World is a card that signifies actually the ends and beginnings. It's one of the major arcana cards that talks about change and beginning. And in this case, you might have just completed a cycle in your life, and you are moving into a new one. This can also be happy endings and joy and wholeness and completion. Or it can actually be literally traveling the world. So it could be that you are an actual person who is traveling or has been traveling, and you have seen the world. One of the things that comes up next, the Nine of Swords, is an interesting card. Something that tells me, although all of this really powerful and good and happy energy is here, that something in is crowning it, that you may be suffering from anxiety, anxiety or insomnia is what is typically the Nine of Swords. It's something you're worrying about something. Given the strength in the cards that are here, you may be worried because of just the things that are going on in the world. It could be that it's just simply the things have you down. One of the things to consider here is with the Nine of Swords is you need to find courage. You might be concerned with safety of in your family. You might be concerned with things, how things are going. With the state of things in the world, that is not something that is uncommon. So I would say it is not necessarily a cause for more worry. But one of the things you can do is, if you are imagining the worst, and oftentimes we do, if we're stable and we're in a family that we're working on something together, if it's something like this that you're talking about, you're trying to get something to harvest, whatever it is, if it's a project or a plan or a situation, you may be worried at how that is going to come out. So a bit of advice is, if you feel pessimistic and you're imagining the worst, flip your perspective, and you can send nurturing and loving thoughts to your situation, and that can help you alleviate those disturbing thoughts. In the near future, we have the Nine of Cups. And this card is telling me that your worries may be unfounded. Something that you are thinking about, it's like one of those things that it may never happen. And it could be that things are going so well for you that you're a little concerned. It seems like maybe it's too good to be true. But the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords together are kind of an interesting juxtaposition. This is in some decks, a traditional deck, the wish is fulfilled. So what you are doing is, in the future, you are manifesting your dreams. Your thing is going to work. Whatever it is that you are working on, it's going to work. It's going to come to fruition. What you need to think about is gratitude, and that ties into this. If you can feel grateful for what you have, and maybe you feel like you don't deserve it, that's something that you can often think that can cause you anxiety. It's like, things are really going so well. Do I really deserve this? You do. This card should be reassurance. And let's look at you in the equation. The Six of Cups comes up as your energy. And the Six of Cups is nostalgia. This is, you're thinking about the past, and so that might be one of the sources of anxiety, because the past few years have been quite difficult for many of us. But you might have been thinking about things that you have lost from the past. What this says is, this is a time when you feel at peace with your past, though. It's brought you exactly to where you are now, and this is actually where you are meant to be. So moving on to the environment, your environment, what is Cancer's environment? Right? Oh, your environment. That's an interesting card. Your environment. Now this is telling me that you have been working really hard. I'm going to look at the underlying energy here. So we'll take these two kind of together. The Ten of Wands typically talks about a person who has been working very hard and has got to the point where they are at the end. They're working hard. They've been working a lot on their own in some cases, and they are possibly have been taking on too much. So this could be a situation where you are very you have a lot of work, but it looks to me like you have the ability to maybe get some help with that and let some of the burden that you are carrying yourself go. This means that also you're in an environment where you're very close to a successful outcome. So one side of it is that you might feel pressure, which could be a cause for anxiety. You're so close to completion that you are concerned. So your environment is there any way that you can drop anything that's not essential and maybe lighten the load? That's what this is telling me. Your environment is a bit too full of things to do. If there's any way to figure out which of those things are non-essential, that can help you. And that's what the star here, I'm going to see how that plays into it. Underneath this, there is knowing you're on the right path. This is really going to tell you, yeah, you're on the right path. You just need to keep going. So let's see the next. What is the next? What are your hopes and fears? What's Cancer's hopes and fears in this situation? Oh, now that's interesting. This kind of ties with the Nine of Swords. You have anxiety. Things could be, even though you have this situation, you might be feeling a little bit like it emotionally is too much. You have entered a new cycle here. And so what this might be saying to you is that this is a time for letting go of things that no longer serve you. And you may be afraid to do that. You may be afraid to let go of certain things. And this really does correspond with the Ten of Wands. This is an environment where you need to, there's a lot going on. There's a lot on your plate. It could be getting to you. And I think that the fear is that you're just going to walk away from it. That you don't know, perhaps you have a fear of letting go. You're afraid if you drop something that you're going to regret doing that. You could be afraid that, just afraid of moving forward because this is in a new phase. And you might be avoiding things. You might be avoiding making that choice that is going to lighten your load. So I would say just think about what it is that is emotionally getting to you, that's causing you the anxiety, and see if you can find a way of knowing it is to love yourself, to say, there is more here than I can handle. I need some help. And again, you have an environment here that looks like you have actual people who you can reach out to, and that would be a very good idea. So let's look at the outcome. What is the outcome of the situation for Cancer? Okay, shuffle, and we got two cards. Oh, we have this. These two cards came out together, and it's an interesting combination. What this tells me is your outcome is there is the Two of Cups. There's also a relief from this that is coming. You are going to find a way to do what you need to do. Now, the Two of Cups is companionship. It is love. It's loving companionship. It is compassion for yourself and for others. And it is also often talking about a relationship. So it's a very good outcome. I think that it will, looking at the situation, the partnerships that you already have, you are going to lean a little bit more on those individuals that you have the partnerships with. Hand some of your worries and your workload over to them, and that is going to make those partnerships thrive even more. There may be people around you who are asking, can I help? Is there anything I can do? Can I help? Now you can say, yes, please, I do need your help. It is fine to ask for help. And that is something that you are going to be able to do. You may not have been open to receive their love, which they've been there waiting for you, just open to you. But now you're going to be able to do that. This, this is possibly a romantic partner. It could be your partner. It could be friends. It's trusted friends. It's just connections, kindred spirits, and a really joyful connection of cooperation. And I think that when you do this, it's going to break things open for you in a way that will take a lot of this anxiety out of your life and really help you out. And the Six of Swords, it is a transition. It's you're moving into this new phase, and you're moving beyond the trauma and the worry and the shadows. This is it is talking about support from others. You have the support of someone who is helping you move out of the choppy waters into and through the transition into your new journey. This card in the lights here, it says, I accept help as I easily cross this transition. And I think that's going to be an important thing for you. I will pull a card of advice, but I really think that this is pretty clear. I usually pull clarifiers, but I think the message here is very clear to you, Cancer, that this is a situation where you have help. One of the things that I haven't done that I want to do, though, is I want to look at the cards underlying it before I pull the advice card. Let's see, we have the Queen of... I'm going to put them here and then go through them. There's the Queen of Swords. There is the Lovers. There is the Seven of Swords. And there is the Page of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Now, these cards are the underlying situation. This card here sometimes means something that is underhanded, but I think in your instance, because it's we've seen that you have this anxiety, and we see that you have a need to let go of some things. This is someone who often does things by themselves. You maybe grew up thinking, I have to be able to do all of this because I haven't had anyone around me to help. I've always had to do things on my own. This is I think what this is talking about. Now, the Queen of Swords can be someone who you know, who has given you some interesting perspective that maybe was maybe a little bit harsh, because the Queen of Swords is good at communicating, is honest and perceptive, and is exceptionally direct. They might have said, look, you can't handle this on your own. And they might have been the one who said to you, you really do need to get some help here. And you may know someone like this. And this could be one of the people who is your trusted friend. But they are looking towards the future. They're looking toward your future here. Then there are the Lovers. And that is a great card in so many ways, because what it is talking about in this case, I believe, is you are coming into a loving relationship with yourself. The transition that you made could have been from, I have to do everything myself, I have to be strong, to being open to this relationship, being allowing yourself to have this harmony with yourself. The the situation that you're in could simply be a great romantic relationship. It is also allowing yourself to fall in love and having healthy boundaries, which is something that perhaps was one of the reasons that you weren't asking for help, is that your boundaries were maybe a little bit too strong. You weren't letting others in. That is kind of shored up by this idea here that we just talked about, of this is you taking on everything yourself, and then kind of being dishonest with yourself about, I can handle this, I can handle it all. The Page of Pentacles is also underlying energy, and the Five of Swords. Now, the Page of Pentacles is a card that talks about new opportunities and beginnings. This can be a young person as well. This could be a young energy that comes in with a new opportunity or new ideas. This could be your energy here. You're looking to develop new skills. And it can be a new career path or new connections. And it's a beginning. It's a new beginning. So it's the message for this particular one, if it is your energy, is that you can be practical and realistic and still run ahead to meet your dreams. And that practical and realistic means offloading some of the things that are overwhelming you. And so the Five of Swords, I think, here is often a conflict that in this case, I think, is an internal conflict. And I think that it honestly means you may have had a lapse in confidence, things that have taken place that have made you feel overwhelmed. Simply the desire for peace, that the struggle is too hard. So with those cards in the underlying energy, I'll go ahead now and I will pull a card for advice for you. Okay, what is the advice for Cancer? How do they lighten their load? Well, this could be, there we go, the Page of Wands. This is just a nice, a really happy card. The Page of Wands is extremely creative, passionate energy, and it is youthful energy. And this is telling me that you have the passion. You spontaneously have the passion. You're the dreamer. This is your dream that you're trying to make real, and you've got this. You've got this. You have the passion, the enthusiasm, the creativity. You are giving yourself permission to dream. Go ahead and do that. You have a great deal of creative ideas, and they will work for you. And that is one way to get back to the feeling that you have here, which is that your wishes coming true. And also underlying this, I see the Hierophant, which is a traditional spirituality in some decks. And so the Hierophant really talks about the idea of spirituality as a base, that you also have a strong base in tradition, and that you can use this as you move forward. And I will leave it there. And if you found this reading helpful, please let me know, and like and subscribe as well if you do. Thank you.